Welcome back. This is going to be an interesting video. We are going to look at AI coins. There was a request from one of our subscribers with BTC pumping. You also see that a lot of AI coins are moving higher, and the question then rises is which AI coin is best to hold, since a lot of AI coins or just altcoins in general have bottomed out. And I'm going to give it a try in this video. If you like the content, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. Without further ado, let's start diving in. These are a handful of AI coins you can find on CoinMarketCap. You can see what is their rank, their number in the entire list of all the crypto coins, and they give you some basic data. And there you can see that NEAR is the biggest, and I'm going to compare NEAR, the biggest one, the one with a market cap of more than 6 billion, to AIOZ that is right now on rank 95 and is shy of 800 million market cap. This is the weekly chart for NEAR. You can see that the all-time high was approximately around $20, and we are right now trading at and around $5. So if we would just go back to the all-time high, it would be a 4x. The same actually also goes for AIOZ. This one is already a little bit older. It was launched in 2021-ish. There's also a quite a little bit of a different, it's not really on exchanges, it's just on crypto. Here you can see it's on Bybit, and there you can see we just dropped down and eventually went sideways. You think the coin is dead, and out of nowhere, there suddenly it is alive again. Anyways, the high was here also approximately at 260, meaning that right now we're trading at and around 70 cents ish. Earlier it was 60 something. So also here a 4x would bring it back to the all-time high. The main question is, of course, which AI coin do you need to invest in? If you just look at the chart, or do you need to look at market cap, at the tokenomics, at the team? Depending on what kind of crypto hodler or trader you are, or investor, there are of course different criteria where you can look at. You can say, okay, I want to have something with a low market cap because it still had the potential to go higher. Someone else is saying, who cares about the market cap? I just want to know that the tokenomics very well is correct. I don't want to be completely diluted. Think about XRP, for example. I think in general that every crypto cycle has a certain narrative. We have seen this with layer 1, layer 2, NFTs, ICOs. There is constantly something that pumps, that has a narrative in these cycles. I have been now in the industry since 2017, feels like a lifetime, and I've seen this over and over again, and then it just completely pumps and pumps and pumps, and eventually it dumps again. So I think it is important that you just pick your narratives, and then you pick a couple of these coins. And I say on purpose a couple because I personally do not bet on just one coin. For example, I own something in the AI narrative, and yes, I own NEAR, but I also own, for example, Render or FET, ING, AIOZ. I have a whole lot of them, and for me actually it doesn't really matter which one is pumping. In my experience over all of these years, it is the one that can continue the hype the most is eventually the one who is the winner. So yes, buying early is super important, but I have seen projects that have a working product. They are registered in the Chamber of Commerce, they have an office, they have people, they have a profit and balance sheet, they have products and services that you can actually point out. It is not just a white paper, and the coin does absolutely nothing. It is insane. The company is just making a profit. It is listed even sometimes on the stock exchange, and the coin does nothing. And how is it then possible that some coins that are just an idea, a group of people with a white paper and just doing tick-a-tick the entire day on their keyboard and not have produced anything, have not made any revenue so far, still have a valuation of billions of dollars? It is actually insane if you think about it. However, that is the reality. So I cannot summarize this other than the one who is able to hype the most and keep that hype going and keep the attention going. And that could be with playing the crypto lingo, you know, I'm doing layer 1, layer 2, and collab with this coin and a collab with this company, and we're having this and that, and eventually you can see that's being more and more and more hyped up, and then you see also that people are buying into one of these coins, and then it just goes higher. So Yes, you could say, okay, you know what, I'm looking at market cap, and if you then only look at I'm going to invest into smaller coins, for example like this, with a 4x that we just set, with a 4x that we just set, you're not even at the size that Near is right now. If you can go back, that would be nice. I can show you what I meant. Very well, first time behind a computer, okay. So this is now 800 million. If you then do a 4x, it's approximately 3 billion-ish. That is half of the market cap here of Near, and yet it would be back at the all-time high what we've just seen. So you could say, you know what, even if this would then go to the current market cap of Near and would be bigger than Near, then it would be not a 4x but an 8x. We can make these comparisons endlessly, but for me personally, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, because for me, the answer is the one who can hype the most will eventually win. And yes, buying in the bottom will be the most profitable. I get all of that, but I want at the end of the road that my crypto bag in general just pumps. And yes, some of them will go 10x, some of them will go 20x, 30x, 50x. But who decides if you have no working product or a profit and loss sheet, or even just a balance sheet or anything? Who tells me what is justified if it needs to go to $1, $10, $100, if it needs to go 10x, 50x, 100x or 1000x? Who says what is the correct valuation? It is impossible to determine that. And by just reading the chart and trading technical levels, you at least can get some kind of an idea, and being able to kind of read market sentiment and cycles and what are tops and bottoms, you can kind of get a feeling of, are we close at a breakout or are we close to a top or a bottom? And that is also how I'm going to play this, because most likely most of these altcoins will top out approximately at the same moment. Will not be the same hour, but mostly all in the same week or 2 weeks. Some of them will pump a little bit longer than others, but eventually you get that spike up. That is then the top, and then eventually everything goes down and we enter a bear market again. So I am just planning to take profit along the way. For now, on the immediate short term, at least for these coins, I think it all looks actually really good. The chart for most of the coins actually all look the same. You have this sloping line. I'm going to zoom in here on the daily, and this is just absolutely liquidity for the grab. If we would come down now a little bit, and I'm now looking here on the daily for the AIOZ, anything of a bounce close at and around that 0.55, 0.6 for me would already be a long trigger. Now mind you, these have been incredible moves, more than 100%, so it is almost impossible to trade this with leverage. If you do, then of course you need to put your stop loss underneath these lows, but you can see here already that will be approximately 33, 34. So on a 5x leverage, that's already impossible. You will be liquidated. So the best is then to not use leverage at all. Buy it on spot and just hold it. Even if we would just do a 4x back to the all-time high, you have an incredible return in 12, 18 months. Name me a couple of stocks that can do that. We had a few outperformers, but other than that, most of the stocks will never do this in their lifetime. And yes, I'm not talking about the Teslas of these worlds or maybe the Nvidias, but this is actually already a tremendous outperformance. And yes, it is also true that if you take something with a lower market cap, again, for example, the AIOZ, that a little bit of extra liquidity will pump the price much faster and higher than a Near, because you need less money to go to higher prices to blow everything up. So I guess in general we can conclude that something with a lower market cap most likely will explode more, or has percentage-wise a higher gain ahead of it than something that's already pretty big. But on the other hand, you can also say, well, something is big for a reason, and it's maybe a bit more of a safer option, because these lower market caps, well, that's something still a little bit of a dinky kind of coins. Anything can happen. Also, with that being said, we have seen that in the biggest and the best projects where we think, wow, that will work perfectly fine, everything is okay. Think about Luna, and eventually it still goes to zero. maybe the ones who are programming are walking away, something with the management, it's a rug pull, tokenomics are fake, there's no white paper, you name it, we have seen it all here in the crypto space. So even something big and good like Near can still go absolutely to zero, and it's maybe hard to imagine because every coin tells that they are the Ethereum killer, amazing, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that, they're gonna take over the world, blah 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 blah, until they don't, and eventually goes to zero. So just be careful with that. Don't marry anything, don't marry a level, don't marry a coin, don't think this is going to be the next Ethereum killer. I have heard it a million times and it never came true. Also here, by the way, for for Near, a backtest here to 0.5 and a trend line would be a sublime entry here for a long trade. This is actually that I do would trade on leverage, and the reason is because this level is lining up so perfectly, and then I would just move my stop loss approximately 4, 5, 6%, maybe underneath this daily candle. I'm going to zoom in so that you guys can see it. It is the daily candle of 10th of November. It is a bit shitty because it is in the weekend, not really liking these kinds of candles, but this would actually be your most safe option, and the tightest stop losses you can have is that you will enter with a backtest of this trend line that is then approximately 4.66 ish or 4.65. Your stop loss underneath this daily candle approximately 5% away. And if you then have a 5x and eventually this liquidity run starts, because it will start, and then it takes out the liquidity from all of these highs, you can have a major move, and the risk to reward can be absolutely amazing. Best would be, also here, just don't use any leverage at all, buy some of spot, hold it for the next 12 to 18 months, and you can thank me later. Here goes the stop loss, 1 to 20, $100 in, $2,000 out. This will be one hell of a trade. Also, by the way, I am looking for longs on this coin. Have some alerts set, but this is actually just the most easy and safest option. I could also mark in still 20 different kind of levels of daily levels, weekly, naked point of control, volume profiles, you name it. We can make this very complicated, and I can be charting this for the next hour or so, but this is for now just the most obvious. Would we go lower and eventually to the golden pocket, we get a bounce, just enter it, and there again the risk to reward absolutely is in your favor, because even if you would lose now this first trade, let's say then you lose 1R, and then you just take the next trade is more than 20, because then even lower, and so you make 20R back. Yeah, so just try to re-enter. I will repeat again what I have said after the elections. The new bull market has started after the elections, and I'm sticking to that. I think we are entering the new bull market phase of this entire cycle, so I'm mostly looking for longs. This is nothing more and less than just a bit of a sell-off, a bit of a reset. We're just cooling off a tiny bit. I think that soon we will find a bottom within 1, 2, 3 days, and eventually we will go higher again, so definitely be for the lookout there. If you do not own any AI coins, I would say do the same as me. It is very safe. Just buy on spot, buy a little bit of Near, a little bit less of ICP, of Render, of FET, of ING, of AIOZ, of whatever coin you then like, and then eventually just hold it. Just do $100, $100, or $50, or whatever your budget is, or 1,000 each, I have no idea, and then just hold it for the next 12 to 18 months, and eventually, trust me, people can name all kinds of numbers, but it is pretty hard with new launched coins to say they will need to reach this and this and this number. It is pretty much impossible. Just ride the wave and eventually you will be amazed. I already have coins in my wallet where I'm thinking, why is this pumping so much? I did not expect it, and the ones where I expected they will go harder, faster, those are the ones that are lagging. So you see that it is very hard to really pinpoint to say that is the one you need to have. Therefore, I am not or I will never put all my eggs in one basket and say it needs to be Near, because if you have one of these coins and it's not pumping and you see everything else around you pumping, you're like, shit, I have all my eggs in the wrong basket. So I don't need to have 100x, I just need to have a more of a average, and therefore I'm just splitting my capital over multiple coins, over multiple narratives, and that is how I play it during these markets. I hope for Raymond, who asked about this, that this is answer to your question. If not, let me know. We can do more requests, so just let me know what you want me to look at, and I will be more than happy to chart it or to give you my opinion. If you like it, then please do me a favor by liking, subscribing, clicking the bell, clicking all so that you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share the video with your friends if you think it is useful. See you guys very soon again in the next one. Bye bye.